the sound might be particularly crap because the wind decided to pitch up. It decided to, as we're going to go live, it started to gust. So I might have to repeat a couple of things. And we're just going to wait for some guys to come on. And if they don't, it's all right. Everyone can just watch it later. I've got my favorite little rod here. I will probably repeat this later. If anyone is on. Hello. How do I turn on comments? There. Top chat, live chat. Top chat, live chat, pressing buttons. Hello, who's online? I've got 2 people online. 3 people online. Say hello and then I can probably see if you guys are there. How's the sound going? Can you hear me? Caught anything yet? Rico Diaz. Hello. No, I haven't caught anything yet. I've just got you. Hello, Akash. Sorry if the sound's crap. Is the sound really crap, guys? Is it bad audio because of the wind? That little that happens. Loud and clear, Jojo. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. So I'm here at a lovely little Lone Hill Dam. It's just a nice place. It's not too far from my house, and it's pretty safe. Yeah, it's got CCTV and guards that are pretty nice. It's quite a nice place to be. And there are some carp here, some barbel here, some kirper here. Yeah, it's quite a nice little venue. What I have today is, are you ready for the secret bait? It's not secret, but it's pretty simple. It's a coffee mug filled with cut-offs from this. I found it at a fruit and veg. It's some white maize, and it's very nice because you don't need to cook it, and it does that. It sprays, and it's full of nutrients, full of all sorts of good stuff for the carp and barbel and kirpa. I've got a chance of catching all of it, and it's quite sweet, so that's quite cool. I've got some feeding bubbles happening in front of me, so just hold thumbs, cross fingers that we catch something. I'd love to catch something for you guys. Let me show you what I'm looking at right now. Sorry about that. So I'm looking at that. So if any of you guys know Lone Hill Dam, you know that they've had a serious problem with Kariba weed. Sorry about that. Apparently my phone off. I don't know where you lost me, but basically this little dam has got a problem with Kariba weed. It looks very similar to the stuff that guys have got in fish tanks and stuff like that. It grows at a hell of a rate, especially in warm conditions where you've got plenty of sun, plenty of nutrients in the water, and it just grows like crazy. And it actually took over this entire dam. Hope the wind is not too bad. So what I have right here, I've got my favorite. Yes, this wind is hectic. My favorite rod, which is this little guy here. Sorry about the wind and the bulrushes. I've tried to hide you guys from the wind. It is a little Pioneer Plus or Power Plus Sensation. Sorry about that. It's a 5-foot little wet noodle. It is such a little rod, and it works for a lot of the fishing. I love catching bass on it, little carp on it, and if I'm really brave, a barbel. So if I catch a barbel today, we will be here for a long time. So the main reason why I thought I'd do a live video is just to update you guys on what is happening with me at the moment, because Kevin Kelly says, afternoon, Keith from a very wet and windy island. Cool, hello. So why I did this little live video is to basically give you guys an update on why uploads have been so slow and things have been changing. So basically, because of this COVID thing, I was a live performer. So I sung, acted and danced for a living, but all of that got killed with COVID in March last year. So I've also done video production. So I unfortunately didn't get any more theatre gigs and stuff like that, and the whole industry was basically dead for lockdown. It's still dead. The live stuff, it still hasn't happened, and I basically had to hustle, and I've started my own production business. So what I do now is I create video content for businesses for their online marketing. And yeah, it's going well, it's picking up. If you guys want to see any of my stuff, Ditchfield Productions, go look it up on Facebook. And yeah, so I've been trying to get that off the ground. I've been trying to get our new packages off the ground. It's just regular content packages for businesses so they can get cool content for their Instagram and Facebook and that kind of stuff. And I've been grafting, and I don't have a team of people. It's me, myself, and I. And I've also partnered up with JDPV, who's a good friend of mine, is a motherfucker. Sorry, I swore. Is one hell of a photographer. He's really, really great, and he makes videos. So we've partnered up to make these things, and we've basically had to hustle and make life happen. So that's why everything's been slow. The video that I posted, I think it was yesterday, that was shot in October, and yeah, that's how delayed things have been. I have shot 1 or 2 videos since then that I've posted, but it was just because I could get them out quickly. So what does that mean for Tip Top Fishing? So Tip Top, I've been giving it a lot of thought, and I want to up Tip Top's game, because I feel like Tip Top's game hasn't been as good as it could be, because I haven't had the time to actually focus and enjoy fishing and either make a how-to guide or do a proper adventure vlog, proper like the way I want to do it. So I haven't been able to do any of that, and that's what I'd like to do. So I've made some changes, and I'm hoping that this Ditchfield Productions thing can be better and pick up a couple of gigs here and there, get some regular content running through, helping a lot of clients, but then also allowing me to do a couple of It's Tip Top adventures. I'd also like to do the following videos. I want to do 5 steps to improve your bass fishing. If you guys would like that, please let me know. I've got some 5 lacquer tips that really help me with my bass fishing, because I don't find bass fishing that difficult. Yeah, catching the big girls can be difficult because they are smarter, and they know, they've seen a couple of lures being caught a couple of times, but those 5 steps can be lacquer. We've got a yes please from Reelan. I think it's Reelan, it disappeared, sorry. Paul says hello. Hello, Paul. And yeah, I think that guys would benefit from that, because I've chatted to a lot of guys that just started fishing. You can see their kit is brand new, and they've got these bass things that they've been given at a tackle shop, and they just don't know what they're going to do with it. So I think those 5 tips will also help. I want to go fishing one time with you. Oh, thanks, man. And the next video I'd like to do for bass fishing is explain things like the Carolina rig. A lot of people don't know what it is. Serious bass fishermen do. Thanks so much, Reelan. He also says he wants to come fishing. Maybe we can do a meet and greet one day when all of this COVID stuff is done. And I want to do, I want to explain like the main things, like what a Carolina rig is, what a Texas rig is, what a wacky rig is, what weedless means, what other things, what punching is. There's those kind of things that people don't know what it is for bass fishing, and it's not really self-explanatory, because it's a Carolina rig. Carolina is a place, so must I make this rig in Carolina and then make the rig in Texas? It doesn't make sense, especially for us South Africans. So that's what I want to do with that. And then I want to do a how-to guide for the guys using deepers, because deepers are awesome if you know how to use them, and they're pretty simple to use once you know how to use them, but it just takes a bit of guidance. So I'll answer your question now, Shahid. So it takes a bit of time to get used to that, and I want to explain their new app, because their new app is fantastic. Speaking of deepers, if you guys want a 10% discount on a deeper, check out my deeper Chirp Plus review, or the Deeper Pro Plus versus Chirp Plus review, there's the link in that description. So you can save 10% on the deeper products, and they come straight from the EU. So there's that kind of thing, and I also want to do more adventures. I want to go to different places because I feel like I'm stuck here in Joburg going to the same places over and over again, and I should do Papgooi. Yes, I'm hoping to do some Papgooi, not next weekend, the weekend after that. So that's quite cool. And I'm at Lone Hill Dam, sorry. So I want to do some more adventures. Like I feel like I do most of my videos at Bergsig. Now, don't get me wrong, I flippin' love Bergsig, but I want to go to places like Gerib and Inanda Dam and some of those secret locations in Cape Town, and there's some fantastic lesser known venues that are just amazing that I want to take you guys with me for. And I've like, unfortunately, my car, my little Micra, struggles because it's not supposed to pull a trailer, and carp stuff takes a lot. And I also want to go catch like bream. I want to catch kurper and stuff on lures, like that kind of stuff at Loskorp Dam. I want to go there. I want to go to so many awesome places and take you guys with me and show you what I learned, because I don't think I'm an expert at all. I just like to teach you guys what I know so that we can learn together. And often guys send me tips when they see my videos. They say, listen Keith, what you did with that knot is try this, it's actually better. And I learn with you guys. So that's what Tip Top Fishing is about. It's about me teaching you and you teaching me, and us going on adventures together. So I want to do that. And I'd also like to do some simple fishing. Simple fishing. For example, like we just said, Papgooi. Papgooi fishing is out there. A lot of people do it. And there's a lot of things that you can do to improve your Papgooi thing. Because I can't count on I can count to 1,000 how many times that I've seen people arrive at a dam and they don't pick a spot. They just arrive, park their car, and then that's it, and then they just chuck it straight in front of them as far as they can every time, and that's where they cast. And sometimes that's not the best thing thing to do. Right now at the Vaal, because the water levels is so high, all of the carp and the grass carp and the fish that eat them are currently in the shallows. Thanks for the likes, guys, by the way. Thank you so much. The 2 likes that I've got, thank you very much. They said don't go to Loskorp, they're making people kill the bass. Well, we can talk about killing bass very soon. I lost my train of thought. Shit, sorry. What was I talking about? Oh well, it's gone now. Oh no, wait. It's like the Vaal Dam and all these dams being higher water levels. What you actually need to look at is the shallows, because the fish are all there in the shallows trying to eat the things that got drowned, like all of the chochos and insects and vertebrates, all those kind of things are drowned, and not drowned, but a lot of them are stuck there and they've been drowned, and there's so much food there. They can eat the grass. There's so much new habitat for them to chow at, and a lot of the fish and stuff are in that new habitat. So look in the shallows. You might walk to knee-deep water and there'll be a 5-kilo fish that you might step on. That's the kind of things that I want to help guys look for, because I know I sell Vrystaat too. Whack! There they chuck their rod 90 meters, 100 meters, whatever, and the fish are just here. So it's those kind of things, and focusing on how your bait is presented. Don't just mud it on the ball and chuck it in. You've got to think of how that ball hits the bottom, how it dissolves, how long it takes to dissolve, how quickly your flavors and your additives are dissolving in the water, and how long it should take to rebait. Because some guys leave it for 5 hours. Why not every half an hour or hour you change it? Because I know a lot of the competitive guys, every half an hour they change their bait and they keep maintaining their swims. And then also the newer guys, also they fish one spot and they don't get a bite, and in an hour they move, and it just spreads their bait over this massive area, and it doesn't create a collective fishing area. So one of the guys here, sorry I can't remember your name, that talked about killing fish at Loskop, killing the bass at Loskop. I just recently had a fat debate with someone who was commenting on my recent video at Boskop, not Loskop but Boskop, because they've also Nature Conservation has ordered a catch and destroy for all bass. Now for the bass fishermen that is like sacrilege. You don't kill bass and you have to put them back, and this is what I'm talking about. We've got guards here and it's safe to do this kind of thing. And you never kill a bass. It's like the carp guy, the specimen guys. You never kill a carp. And the fact of the matter is, bass are introduced. They're not from here. They're not from Africa. They're not from South Africa. And they are introduced species. They are aliens. So as much as we love them and as much as they support a whole lot of a whole lot of the economy in terms of money that goes around, because the bass industry is massive. If you're talking about the big bass boats, we've got a couple of bubbles just happening here. I might move the camera so you guys can see better. But the bass industry supports so much and so many livelihoods. It's very important, don't get me wrong, but they are invasive. So the thing is, the bass are too good at adapting to our ecosystem. They are actually, they do too well, because they outcompete our native species for like breeding zones, and like there's kurper that also breed in the same way as bass, but the bass are much bigger than the kurper, and then they'll chase them off, and then they'll eat the kurper babies and then eat the kurper. Like the bass, their food base is so massive. Like a 2 kilo bass's mouth is like this, and anything that can fit in that, from a baby duck to a frog to a snake to a bird, they will eat it. And unfortunately they outcompete our native species, and in particular our fish species, and our not particularly our invertebrates, but our what's it called, our frogs and things. They zap them, and so our native species don't have a place to live because the bass are killing them. And the bass are such prevalent breeders that they just overtake a dam. Now Borscorp, I'm very close friends or almost family with some of the owners there, and they've been there for generations. And they said, when in the earlier days, as in 15 years, 20 years ago, you'd barely ever see a bass. You barely ever see a bass, and you just see things like kurper and yellowfish and barbel. But now when you walk along those banks, you just see bass, and hundreds of them. When I say hundreds, I mean hundreds, and I'm not exaggerating. There are literally hundreds of them. Come on lads, smash that like button. Keith, he always does a great vlog. Kevin, you're a sweetheart, thank you very much, legend. So that's the thing, because I also like catching bass, but fair enough, if the guys are spearfishing for bass, I lost it. Please comment that again, please. I was trying to read it and I missed it. If the guys are spearfishing for bass, and then just write the rest of it so I can hear your comment, because this is a conversation. That's what's beautiful about a live video. You can tell me what you think, and then I can tell you what I think, and then we can have that like debate, you know. I trust me, I feel your pain, because catching a 2.5 kilo, 3 kilo bass is flippin' awesome, especially when they've got the chance to really fight. 5 kg bass in the dam, guaranteed there is more than a few records. Oh yeah, no, Loskop Dam has got some massive fish, and if I'm correct, they've got the current South African record. Is it? Well, I know there's like over 6 kilo fish in there, and it's awful. It's like telling a specimen guy they're gonna get rid of the carp in the dam because the carp are out competing or whatever, and they're killing 18-20 kilo carp. It's gonna make people cry, and it's terrible. But at the end of the day, we have, in my opinion, because I'm a conservationist at heart, I did a little bit of work in conservation, the ecosystem takes priority over us. We are the custodians of the land and the water, and it's up to us to look after it in a way that allows our kids and our grandkids and our grandkids to know what a blowkerper is, or what a largemouth yellowfish is, and all those kind of things. It breaks my heart to have to kill a fish like that, but if the experts say we've got to, we've got to. We've got to play our part, and yeah, it sucks. But at least what we can do is, because bass are quite yummy if you cook them right, you can chow bass. If you guys would like to see a lacquer catch and cook, there's a really lacquer way to catch and eat bass that really tastes lacquer. But also, there are also dams where they don't say kill bass, so that we can happily let them go. So Loskop and Boskop, all of the Oskops, we'll have to kill them. But the other dams, we won't have to, which is great. And then we can catch those bass, take a lacquer photo, show all our friends and go whoopee, and put it back in, and then we'll feel really, really cool. Yeah, man, it's a really crappy thing having to kill a bass. I don't like killing things. I do eat meat, and I do go hunting. Not often. I've been hunting once or twice ever. But if you're going to eat meat, you got to know where it comes from. Whoever commented there, please comment again, just so I can see what you wrote, so I can reply to it. We've got some more fishermen. How's it, guys?
Hi, how are you?
Good, man. So yeah, talking about ecosystem, this dam, let's help you guys see. I don't know if I can turn this camera around. Can I? Yes. Okay, so what you guys are seeing is this Lone Hill Dam. Now, Lone Hill Dam, if you see over there, can you see over there? They've had to split it up because of the massive problem of an invasive species, which is the Kariba weed. Now, they've had to introduce another species to get rid of the Kariba weed, another little weevil beetle kind of thing. And it seems to be working. But I always worry about the after effects, because if you look at Australia, they should catch bass and take the dams that they want bass. They should catch bass. Yes, I think that should be an option, but I don't know if it's. I think you need a permit to move bass in South Africa. If you want to move bass, I think you need a permit. But if you are, why not? If you rather keep them alive, then keep them alive. I'm sure a 5 or 6 kilo bass could be actually worth a pretty penny. Because I know a decent sized carp, like a 12 kilo carp, can be worth up to 10 grand, 11 grand, especially with the right genetics. So that also might be an option. But yeah, I get worried about the introduction of things. If you look at Australia, they've got a long history of messing it up. They introduced bullfrogs for eating and cane toads, and then they introduced rabbits because they wanted to eat rabbits, but then there were too many rabbits, and they introduced cats, and then there were too many cats, and the cats ate all of the native species, and then they introduced foxes to eat the cats, but then the foxes decided the cats are too hard to catch and the native species were easy to catch, and so it cut their native species even more, and then there were too many foxes, and then they've got a whole dog problem now. It's just one mess after another. So I'm not sure what do you guys think in terms of introducing species. I was hoping I'd catch a couple of fish, or one fish by now, but it is the wrong time of day. The sun is quite hot and boiling, and I'm burning as we speak. If you guys got any questions, please pop them in now. I'm not going to be on for much longer. I really appreciate all of you guys for your likes. Thank you. 8 likes. You guys are amazing. And all 12 of you or 13 of you who are watching, I really appreciate it. So if you guys got any questions about Tip Top, about fishing, about what I'm doing right now, just clap a question in and I'll be happy to answer it. But yeah, I did see, the reason why I picked this spot right here is I saw a couple of barbel. They were moving around, and then I saw family feeding the ducks. So when the families feed the ducks, it's quite a good idea to drop a line, particularly a bread line, where they fed it, because the carp and the barbel, they eat what the ducks don't get, because the ducks usually get what is there over on the surface and just subsurface, rather than what's at the bottom. How far can you cast with the 12-foot rod? Well, with my 12-foot rods, my Shimano TX1s and my Shimano LC reel and 30-pound black velvet braid, I can cast 170 meters on a good day. Yeah, that's me whacking out just a lead. That's as far as I can get with that setup. I've currently got mono on my 12-foot rod now, all three of them, and that distance has been cut like crazy. I think I'll be lucky if I get 120, but it is 15-pound braid, 15-pound line, mono. I'm 15. I cast 150 meter in a 2-meter circle. That's brilliant. That's excellent. If you can cast into a 2-meter circle at that distance, you are well on your way to long distance fishing mastery. All you got to do is pick the right 2-meter circle and then you'll be into them. Yes, that's brilliant. Yeah, 170 on a good day. I'd say average about 160. But yeah, I haven't cast that in a while. Can you guys see this little master weaver female? It's such fun little bird. She wants to eat some of this bread. Yeah, you're fishing for the school. Oh, you're fishing for the school. That's cool. My school didn't even acknowledge that. I went to Parktown and we had a guy that was a world champion canoeist. Not rowing, because we did rowing as a sport at the school, but he was a world champion canoeist and he didn't get full colors for sport. Because the school didn't participate in that particular sport, even though he was a world champion. Bit sad. When's the next time you're going bass fishing? Well, when's the next time? It's probably this weekend. I am not going to be serious fishing. I'm going to pop over to Aqua to meet some friends, but I might take with a bass rod. Would be keen to do a session. Yeah, I'll be lekker, man. I think I should do, when this COVID thing is done, I'm going to do a meet and greet. I might do a bit of bass fishing there. Otherwise, the weekend after that, I'm going to the carp clinic that Gilbert and them are hosting. So I'll be there and I might chuck in a bass rod there. I don't even know if they got bass in that dam, but I might chuck in a bass rod if I want to dodge the crocodiles. But yeah, I'm keen to do a proper bass session. It'd be quite fun to actually take it seriously, go on my boat and see if I can get a bag of 5. It's going to be like a year before COVID's gone. That's true. It's shit. This COVID thing is terrible. I got COVID tested today. Here's my sticker because I had a costume fitting for a movie I'm in. I'm quite excited about that. Can't tell you anything about it, but I'm quite excited about it. But they had to stick the thing up my nose. Yeah, it sucks. And then when we're on set, every second day they got to give us a COVID test and stick that thing up our nose. It's unpleasant. Have any of you guys had a COVID test? It's crap. The one in your throat's fine. Then you just maybe you gag, but it's okay. But that bad. Okay, guys. One last question, and then I'll have to say goodbye. My phone is currently overheating, which is not a good sign. But yeah. Thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. You guys are awesome. The nose test is no fun. Yeah, Yaku, that thing, it flippin' sucks. And because I'm a singer, I've had those cameras down my nose and to my vocal cords, and it's lacquer. But that thing nose is terrible. Keep up the good work and love the channel. Awesome videography. We would like some more videos on that. Oh, some video. I can give you guys some tips on the videography. That might be fun. Yeah, that might be fun. Maybe one day soon. That might be fun to do. Let you guys know a bit of the backstory. Maybe I'll do a live feed on how I set